Hello everyone, this is Jinsen with Questionable Plays. I have our first place winner from our EX7 tournament. This is DigiwatchTCG and he played, what did you play today?
Oh, best deck of the format.
Imperial. What is, Imperial? Wait,
Imperialdramon.
hold up. Hold
up.
You sure? You sure you're playing Imperial? Because your mat says otherwise, fam. Like, are you sure? Are you sure?
I am sure.
Okay, fair enough.
This deck should not exist.
Well, I know
this deck maybe should in the future.
Well, maybe, but I did know you came to our prior tournaments and you were actually like top 8 always. But this time you came in first. How did that feel?
It felt great. The last tournament was right at the beginning of BT17, I think.
Yes, it was. Yes.
So I kind of was still not getting. I was still used to like some of the new tech, some of the new style, and I really like the build I have with this deck. It's just really consistent and does what it needs to do.
All right, well, let's see it. Let's start with the eggs. What eggs do you have?
4 of the BT16 Demi V and 1 of the Demi V from...
Oh, yeah. And you're not using the Uko package in any way, right? I think I read your deck list. No, but you run 5 eggs anyway, yeah?
No, because sometimes you can go a little long, and even if sometimes you do want the draw. That's all I could say is that I'm very cautious about Mirage matchups because the way I built my deck, probably Mirage is one of the decks that like can just cream me so easy. So I like the 1K bonus. Sometimes it comes up when you're facing against Yellow Vaccine or anything like that. And then this is just a quick draw. So the egg doesn't really matter too much, but I'd rather see the plus 1K.
That's interesting to see like someone that doesn't run the Uko, so doesn't cycle their eggs as fast as others, but still runs 5 eggs anyway. That's interesting.
There's enough cycle in this deck, trust me.
Okay, fair enough. All right, let's start with let's get to our famous rookies for Imperialdramon.
Yeah.
Let's see them.
So we're running 2 copies of the Vmon from BT16. I really like this Vmon. I never want to take it out of this deck, and it's also really good if later I want to end up putting in something like Crimson Blaze or some red text into it, so it always gives a little bit of color. But really you're doing it to get a high DP threshold, and also using it in conjunction with the Ken and Davis Tamers, you're able to actually get an additional memory off of that when you play out one of your Digimon. So
gotcha.
It's a really good way of giving you a little bit extra room to make your plays.
Yeah, I hope people play this Vmon more, but of course I know you have other rookies.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. The twins. They're like not really that different except for color, right?
No, so they basically
search for the same thing, right?
Yeah, we'll get the big things out of the way. First, they both search for free. Second, this one searches for a tamer with Davis in the name. This one does for Ken.
But does that really matter?
Doesn't really matter. Sometimes you miss it, but really you are running 4 copies of a Ken and Davis, so it searches for both. But really, why you're doing 4 and 4 is because of the end of turn. You need to see your end of turn effects very consistently.
You have 8 sources of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're basically twins.
You have to do this. And so I know there's other deck lists that run more. They do the promo versions of the cards and stuff. But I just really like the 8 here with the rest of my rookies.
I think I'm on the same lines as that. Any more rookies, or is this it?
No, that would be crazy.
Oh, yes. Hello, Promo Vmon.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you again.
Still really good. When you hit a tamer, you can go in for 1. Even if your opponent chokes you at 1, you can Digivolve, and then if you have the end of turn DNA, you can just Digivolve onto that, and the turn, keep turn. You're just trying to keep turn at 0 most of the time.
Gotcha. And champions.
This is where we go a little different, so I'm going to split this into green and blue.
Okay, you got it.
So let's do the blue first.
All right.
4 of absolute necessary.
Is there much to say about this card? No.
Not really.
No.
End of turn DNA, you gain the memory. You need jamming in this deck.
Yeah, that's the big keyword of today. Jamming.
It's weird. I've seen lists online that run less copies of this version, and I still can't figure out why that is. It just feels like it's such a good card.
I think there's probably a reason, but
There's
I think
probably a reason.
I'm with you. I think you just play 4 of these.
You need 4. You need to gain the memory again to keep turn. You have to just be memory management. That's the big thing out of this deck.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Yeah, we have 2
Oh!
Magnamons.
Really?
This card-
Interesting.
If I could play more of this card in this deck, I really would. It
Well,
really
yeah.
is one of the, But you'll see why for the other ones. The thing is, it only sticks to blue cards, and we already have our 4 XP-mons, and we have other cards that also call itself blue. But for itself, it's a blocker, armor purge, security effect of Digivolve 1. This saved me a bunch of times in a couple matches. I faced a player who had a lot of ace Digimon, and they were about to win, and they hit into this.
Oh yeah, no, I think that
Yeah.
security effect is often the most forgotten part about this particular Magnamon.
And what's actually even crazy, and sometimes people forget about this, is if you have a setup like this on your board, and this comes out of security, the D-Digivolve does not specify side.
Yep.
So you can D-Digivolve yourself here. Let me switch
Yep.
it around. And then Digivolve and
Yes,
use the
it's a
trash
very
effect as well.
underused effect because it's like you said, it's very rare.
Yeah.
I don't think it happens too much.
Not too much, but when it does, it does.
Yeah.
And there's another reason we use it in a deck, which again you'll see later.
Okay.
I'm gonna just put these down. We'll talk about them. We have 2 Elydramon's here. We have 2 Stingmons here. I mean,
Oh.
2 Togumemon.
Toge Mogumon. Toge Mogu,
Togumemon.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Whatever.
So this,
Togemon.
oh, okay. I know you clued in on why there's so many armors, but I'm very curious. Only 2 of these Stingmons.
Yeah. So Stingmon. If again, it's one of those decision making. You know, you have to just be decisive on what kind of build you want to run, and this is kind of a strong armor. It leans toward more armor than it does the traditional Imperialdramon type of package. It's kind of a hybrid type of deck.
Yeah, and we know Elydramon.
Yeah, Elydramon. Stingmon is basically the opposite of XVmon, except it gets piercing. And this I would love to put into maybe one more slot, so I might cut like Elydramon, and then kind of move it here in the future.
Gotcha.
But this is good because it gets rid of small blockers.
Yep.
And especially against Ukamon deck, cards that play Ukamon, stuff like that, really good at just getting rid of it before you DNA. This one is a lightsaber today.
Oh yeah, no, I've been hearing very good things about Toge Mogu, the name I can't pronounce. Yeah.
So
I've been hearing good things about it.
The Mole Man here is a really good card because it could Digivolve for 2 over Wormmon. It's a blocker, arm purge, and when your opponent suspends their card after all their when attacking, you trash the top card of one of their cards, and then one of their cards cannot attack or block until the end of next turn.
If they have no sources.
If they have no sources.
Oh yeah, no, I heard that
It's
people.
an all turns effect, by the way.
I heard that people play this for specifically the Imperial Mirror, and also just like it's just a good card now. It's just a really good card.
Yeah, and there's so many good inherit, especially against something like a Magnamon deck. Like,
You want to be able to like say, hey,
Yeah.
before you're immune, I'm gonna take away your armor form.
right. So it's a really good match, and as you can see there, some of these are blue-green, so it lends to that consistency to be able to use it for whichever side you're going for.
I think it's time for you to revel the actual boss of this game.
Almost, yeah, almost. We'll go to the mini boss first.
No, I think this is the actual boss, right?
I guess this is technically the boss. So we have
Imperialdramon.
Yes. This card. I play the deck. I love Imperialdramon, but man, they have to hit this card.
We'll see, right? We'll see.
We'll
I mean,
see.
I don't think there's much to say. This card is just infamously dumb.
Yeah, this card is so crazy. You can stun everything on their, essentially stun. You suspend everything on their board that has less sources with the tamer. That's very easy to do. And then they can't unsuspend. They have partition, and when you attack, you can suspend one of their unsuspended guys. And if not, you unsuspend itself.
Gotcha. All right, what's next?
And then this card is
Interesting.
This card came up quite a few times, and Dinobemon actually, unironically, is not for mainstream meta decks. This is actually a little bit of a tech for heavy blocker decks or I'd personally put it in for Diabormon. Sorry.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Any other level 5s?
No level 5. No
Oh,
level
that's
fives.
it? That's it? Oh, okay. That's pretty lean. But I think I saw what you were hinting at. Oh,
So
I
we
see.
are-
We are checking out here.
We are 3 copies of
Magnamon X. That explains the armor force. Do we really need to go over this card?
Not really.
So, right?
It's, only bad matchups I personally have had with it have been against decks that force an attack with it.
Yeah.
Like Yellow Vaccine does that very much. Newmon does that very much.
Yep. Well, I mean, it is a it is a beefy blocker still.
Yep. Mirage is a bad matchup for it, but luckily no one was playing Mirage today, so not a big deal.
Yeah, because unfortunately, Magnamon X can't be blocked.
No.
Nope.
We are running 1 Dragon mode.
One starter deck Dragon mode. It's nice to see an old friend back.
It is a really good card, and a lot of people don't suspect it when they have like maybe 3 security left.
Oh yeah, I mean you could set up another DNA,
You
slap.
DNA, you set up for your next card here, which is 2 copies of Fighter mode.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so again, you are basically leaving your Pyodramons on board, and if they do end up getting to away at your life, you can this is your emergency exit.
Yeah, I mean, if they're not tall enough, then just tuck it away.
Yeah, so you're just using it for removal, really.
And this is it for your level 6s, right?
Yep, and then of course, the 1 level 7.
Yep.
Paladin mode. I am trying to find another way of putting another Digimon with white in its color.
It's hard, right?
It's really hard. The space is so limited. But this came up multiple times today, where you just digivolve, the opponent has a wide board, you have enough swings to clear for game, and against purple decks, this just destroys purple decks. Like,
Unfortunately, this card is just anti-purple.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's your full Mega lineup, right?
That is my full Mega.
Wow. No other Imperialdramons, just Magnamon X, and then just the Imperialdramon that counts.
Just the Imperialdramon that counts.
All right, let's see the other cards.
We're not going to spend too much time on this one.
I don't think we need to.
But yeah, it gets you your extra body. This card really is what made Imperialdramon a top contender in my opinion. Just being able to play out the extra body, DNA, it just makes the deck much more consistent. And then you gain memory trip sources.
Yeah, as like you said, we don't need to go too crazy on this card. It's kind of, this is nice to see, yeah?
Yeah, this, so I was running 1 copy actually of the BT-17 Davis Ken, but you just need to see this because it just gets you your missing piece, and I really want consistency.
It does can potentially draw 2 cards.
Yeah, and then 1 Digimon Emperor. It's a flex spot. It's an extra draw when you need it. It can
if you conveniently kill something,
or even that your opponent might be at 1.
You can slow down. You can slow down your rookie rush and force them to go to a level 4 in the back, which means they're not promoting, they're not swinging that turn.
It's good when your opponent like puts you to 2 and you're like, okay, this is my response.
Yes, I mean that's fair.
Yeah,
but I understand why it's a 1-up because you don't really want to see that card.
And Newmon started to be less and less, wing away, so you're not really need. It's not really need as much. But here is, I guess, where you're going to probably see a lot of this, in my opinion, in the upcoming format.
Is it enough to just lay it all out?
Yeah, I'm going to just do that. So we're going to do 2 Return the Promo Generator.
Yep, Return the Primo. Yep.
I'm going to just put them all in the same category.
Sure.
This is your game card.
Yeah. I mean, the options, this is a classic. We know this.
Yep.
We know this.
Yep.
Return to Primo is kind of like a backup to this.
Actually, it does exactly the same thing that Awakening does.
Yeah, so these are like backups.
Yeah, so the reason why I was running the Magnamon in this deck is because you can have Magnamon here and you play the Primo.
Yeah.
And
you go straight to
this because it just says Digivolve into a free level 5 or higher.
Yes, sir. Yep.
So you actually just pay 1 because it's 5 to go over here, and it's 3 total.
And you get extra color.
And you get extra color?
You get extra color.
Yeah. So, that plus the delay effect is really good because you could technically go into one of your Imperialdramons and stuff. So
this is one of the hardest delays to pop up, I feel.
It is, and it does hurt against decks that are blue or stuff that doesn't really delete.
Yeah.
So against like Ancient Garurumon,
and it's very hard for you to die in battle.
This we know what it does. This is your game card. This just warps. This is the same thing as this, and then Hammer Spark is just when you need that extra 1 memory to push, or your opponent's not expecting it.
All right.
But that's the deck list here.
All right. Well, I do have some questions. So what was your hardest matchup today? Yeah.
Oh, I had definitely my last matchup was against a Dexterugabon player.
Gotcha.
Which he's just a master of that deck. He's played it so many times. And the Digivolve hurts.
Yes, it can. Yes.
When you leave your guy out there and you're not thinking about what his turn play could be, it just will destroy you because he just redirect, Digivolve, delete your guy, or de-Digivolve him, regardless, whatever he wants to do.
Gotcha.
And then you don't really have a next play.
Yeah.
So that was definitely hard, but I faced a couple of ancient Greymon players, an ancient Garurumon player. I faced my one regular loss during the tournament was against Fenrir Lugamon.
Yeah. And that just, if it goes faster,
yeah,
it just gets you.
if they see their pieces, they see their line,
that's it. Okay.
But yeah, those were mainly the matches, but the hardest one was definitely the
Got it. All right, well, that was DigiWatch with Imperialdramon, and that was our first place winner. Okay, well, hopefully we can see you again for another tournament. This is Jensen, signing off.